Ladies and gents, today's video has been a long time coming and it might get a little long, so I want to just say a few things and we will get straight into it. First thing is, this will be a part 1 and part 2 mini-series due to the amount of comments I got on the community post. Thank you to everyone who participated in that, by the way. The second thing is that I want to apologize to you all for the lack of videos for the past 2 days. I had a few things going on and just didn't have the time to compile the community post answers and create videos for them. However, we are back now, so if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. We are super close to 500 subscribers already. Also, remember to check me out on Twitch. We got a lot of good stuff going on over there live, but enough of the advertisements. Let's get straight into the video. The question that was asked is, what are the top things you guys want to see the most in Volume 9? It could be anything, quality of life features, cars, tracks, etc. The first answer was from myself, just to get things going and to let the community know what idea I would like to see implemented in the next volume. My personal idea is that for Volume 9, we should be given the option to do any race with any tier car we want. There should be an option to choose any playlist from the map, and before sending it out to everyone in the lobby or to those in the party, we can choose the playlist to be from B all the way up to S+ tier. Whatever tier you choose, that is what tier of car everyone who joins the race will use. This could be for gauntlets, regular races, stock car races, rumble, and drift and drag. That way every race can be tested with different levels of cars and the variety can be different. In general, we still do want new tracks, but that would be great to switch it up besides just rearranging tracks and playlists. Overall, I do think this idea is not too crazy and can be done, but it just depends on if they want to redo how the races go out to other players, which may be a server-side update rather than something that is easily just added. Honestly, if I were to put it on the scale of probability, I would probably place it towards the most likely to not happen due to how they've handled questions about server updates before, such as when people ask for private servers and also 8-player lobbies. The answer for those questions has always been not a straight no, but more along the lines of not right now. Is this a placeholder for a surprise update to the lobbies and servers? Maybe, but I doubt it. The second answer was from Jing, who stated a Lexus LFA. Now we all know about Toyota and Need for Speed. It's nothing new under the sun, so we won't be getting into that. But the thing about cars and how they are added in Need for Speed Unbound is that they've had a list of the specific brands and models that are going to drop for the entire game's lifecycle. If Toyota, more specifically Lexus, because you know Lexus is a subsidiary of Toyota, is not on there, then there is no chance of the car dropping. I have absolutely no idea of what brand of car will be dropping next, but I would not get my hopes up with Toyota, unfortunately. Now, is it good that you want this to happen? Sure, but let's be realistic at the same time. The third remark is from Super Mario 100 who said, more races for all of the classes that aren't locked behind loaner cars. This must be one of the most requested changes for the game in general. And the funny part about it is, the dev team knows about this. The issue has been brought to their attention numerous times, but my headcanon on why it has not been changed yet is because even though we see it as an issue, they do not. Remember that the dev team caters towards the casuals first and then to everyone else later. All the changes that go into this game are for the everyday player, and they just happen to positively affect those who take the game and race more seriously. This is not to say that this request is strictly for those who play the game on a comp level, but changing how these stock car races work is not something that is high on the agenda, it seems. The solution to the problem is not to get rid of stock car playlists. Nobody is asking for that specifically. In fact, I believe that the fact we have these available in the game has helped new players stay longer playing the game, since they are around those who are also either new or around those with the same build. This can help new players learn the basic mechanics of the game and get them situated before doing regular multiplayer races. All they have to do is just give us an option to either send the stock races as a custom car playlist or keep the car stock. Whichever method the player chooses, it will be sent out to the entire lobby and people can either choose to accept it or not. The fourth answer to the question is from Zub, who gave a few things. Number 1, ranked based PvP and giving us rewards after reaching certain ranks, such as platinum banner, gold badge, etc. Number 2, free roam cop cars without pursuit tech, obviously. Number 3, the league system in story mode. Playing with bots and online doesn't make sense at all. Number 4 is the story mode extension. Number 5 is a map extension. Number 6 is visual improvements, just like Crew 2 released new graphics. And number 7, most importantly, letting us select the server. PvP lobbies in the Asia server are always empty. Okay, so for ranked, I have a whole video discussing that and some possibilities, and I do think it would be a good idea. However, we must consider that if they are going to do ranked, then a real anti-cheat needs to be put in place. Cheaters, though not seen a lot in the community, are still there, and if ranked were to be a thing, best believe that is where they would all flock to. The rewards after reaching certain ranks is great and will incentivize people to continue ranking up and playing the game, and maybe even invite new players who have a competitive nature to the game. The only thing I would add is that ranks should reset every update or season. For free roam cop cars, a new feedback post was created by Criterion in the subreddit and the Twitter space, and this was by far the most asked for thing. Now, I cannot guarantee it will happen, but it seems to be a bigger chance that this may be happening in the next update. I still can't get over how this was not implemented on day one of the Hot Pursuit update. There is no way they did not expect people to want to play as cops outside of the Hot Pursuit mode, right? Great idea to include the without pursuit tech in the second bullet. We do not need people griefing when all we want to do is drive around, cruise, or go start a race. If someone just built a new car and they want to test it, they should not have to worry about some person who is bored running after them making their car shut down every 5 seconds with an EMP. If you want to use pursuit tech, go into the mode that is literally designed for it to be used. But yes, if this were to be added, a lot of people would automatically say this is the best update to date. I'll be talking about 3 and 4 together since they both have to do with the story mode. It would be a great idea to add everything in multiplayer into single player for sure. The whole point of single player is because you want to be the single player. This is where bots come in, so you can have people to race against. Why are there bots in multiplayer when we literally have other people all over the world to be racing against? If any mode should have been brought into the single player's experience, it should have been a mode where you play against bots, just like what you do in every single race in single player. It would have been right at home. As for the story expansion, I am right alongside you. There are way too many questions about the story and why things happen the way they did. Not to mention who are half the people in the story and why are they even here. Do I think this will happen in the update? Nah, I think that all the feedback they got for single player they will incorporate into the next game, and it honestly sucks because there are so many good ideas floating around and it seems that they are just stuck in their ways, refusing to update something majority of the community wants. Another thing about the story is that we must remember that it is single player, and single player doesn't make money. Not like multiplayer does, at least. They can keep adding things to multiplayer and charging for stuff, and that is getting them the money to give to EA so that they can keep updating the game. A map extension would be great. Maybe add a new part of the city that we can access by driving across a bridge, or maybe even add a dedicated space for drifting, drag, and off-road races. I mean, drag and off-road have completely fallen off by the wayside, and having a whole piece of the map to explore and just enjoy would be great. Maybe put some challenges over there and give players the opportunity to unlock new cars specific to that portion of the map, like off-road vehicles and real off-road setups for cars. Now for the graphical improvements, correct me if I am wrong, but they do that every update, I believe. Under the patch notes, they typically have a section talking about updating looks of things and all of that. I personally have not seen anything wrong with the graphics and they look great to me, but if you all have seen a downgrade in quality, let me know in the comments. If they can make the game look better, then please make it look better. What I have noticed is that some things will still glitch and may not render completely, and if that is what you're talking about, I agree. Regardless though, as said before, if it can be improved, then improve it. Have cars look better with sharper angles. Have the roads look darker and newer, or if they're older, then have them look like they're actually old. Even the buildings, have them look better. There are plenty of things that they can most likely do, but once again, it becomes a question of will they do it. And for the last one, a great quality of life option for sure. Letting players pick their own servers. I do not understand why this wasn't a day one thing or even a volume 1 update thing. Whenever I am on the crew and want to play a specific game mode and the servers are dead, I switch to another server and boom, I got a full lobby. I do not know if maybe Criterion thought this wouldn't have been good for the player base, or maybe it was a game supporting thing with EA, but this is a much needed quality of life update. There are a lot of times where people will be in a game mode in PvP, such as stock car playlist or even custom car PvP lobbies, and they will just sit there due to nobody being on in the server. Having the ability to change servers would completely fix this issue, Criterion. Please add it to the next update. For number 5, we have quite a bit here from J Money. Number 1, leaderboards. Other than trying to unlock a car, there's no reason to do a race by yourself. It's boring. But if there was a set time you could try to beat, that we would give more incentive to do a playlist by yourself. Number 2, I'm old school, so I need more JDM cars / 90s cars. Number 3, more gauntlet races. Number 4, more body parts. Maybe it's just me, but back in the day, the Skyline had more body kits, and it seems like there's only the 1 or 2 or 3 choices when it comes to customizing. Maybe it's kind of late, but I want more parts. Number 5, more rumble races. I enjoyed it in Heat playing rumble races, off-road races, and I got some cars built specifically for off-road races, and I'd like to use them more. Number 6, they need to do something about the random car generations too. Many races do cars just pop up out of nowhere and literally fall out of the sky. Number 7, since we're talking about traffic, we need to do something about how the traffic stutter steps at the intersections to try and play on a placer's racing line just to make them crash. Number 8, this one may be a bit of a hot take, but hear me out. Take away showing what the other person is picking as their car. Too many times people wait until everyone else picks their car so that they can try and pick the best car to win. And if you drive or you already know what track you're on, you should already know what cars are picked. I think it would be better if it was more of a blind taste test where you could just show up at the track and see what you're up against. Too many people end up waiting until everyone else has made a choice to pick a medical. I'm gonna say that. Let me just cut in here real quick, y'all. I'm not editing anything that you guys have on here just because I don't want anything to be misconstrued based on how I understand it. So I'm just literally copy and pasting what you guys put on there. So make sure you guys are spelling things correctly. That way it does sound correct. But anyway, just because it's faster and not because they're a better driver or have made a better build. Number 9, make the cops harder. They're just too easy to get away from. I miss you, Need for Speed Heat. Number 10, create a track. Speaks for itself. 11, here's another one that doesn't really matter, but it's something that I miss. I'd like to keep track of my stats. Near misses, money accumulated, car zone purchases, win, losses, quit, stuff like that. And yeah, that's understandable. Number 11 and a half. Do something about the lobbies. My rank is 280. I'm very good at the game, and oftentimes I can't get people to race me more than once. It'd be nice if I could be put into a lobby with people of the same rank, skill level. And number 12, and this is my last one, I like to separate link up rank from race rank. A lot of people have padded rank numbers because they do nothing but link ups, and then when it's time to actually race, they get dusted. I don't want to race nobody who has no race rank. He honestly did a great job breaking all these down, and there isn't really much to say about them, to be honest. For the body parts, I'm pretty sure that it's just a licensing issue, which is the reason why a lot of body kits seem to be missing from the game compared to older Need for Speed games, and I hope they add them back in this update as well. I would also like to add that they shouldn't be in the Speed Pass, rather they should just be available on day one. They should have already been in the game to begin with, and having them either behind the free or premium Speed Pass would be weird. He also spoke on a few types of the races available in the game. The reason why I do not think they have been updated is because when they pull the reports for how many people play each specific type of race, they are on the lower end of the scale. So in Criterion's mind, they are thinking, why even update something that people won't even play, right? However, if they were to introduce new mechanics and new tracks for Rumble and Gauntlet, I think that would encourage people to play them again. I remember when Gauntlet first came out, it broke the game. People were so excited to race with cops, but it got stale because it was essentially just a regular race due to how easy the cops were. The new hot pursuit mode we have now is what Gauntlet should have been from the jump. Same with Rumble. It needs more love to get people to play more of it. Half of the off-road tracks suck, and the other half aren't even off-road. They have a patch of dirt you race on, and then the rest of the track is either road or you're driving on shipping containers. The updating cops to make them a bit harder is good as well, and I do think that should happen in the next update. However, I do not think that they would do it due to the hot pursuit being a thing and people not really going against AI cops in general anymore. Out of all updates, I truly feel that if they were going to update the AI cops, it would have been in the hot pursuit update, since it literally has to do with cops. But the fact that they did not is not really having me lean towards them updating it in the future. Of course, there are a lot of people who still do, but out of the 1,200 hours I've played this game, I've seen a drastic decline in racers engaging with the cops. The only reason they do that is to complete a mission, and even then, it's not done enough to even complete the mission, hence the league mission of escaping the cops 1 million times. I just said mission like 5 times in a row, y'all. I'm so sorry. It wasn't even a quarter of the way done. Need for Speed Heat cops were better and harder, but at the same time, I do not think that's what Unbound's intentions of having cops be somewhat difficult is. It really seemed from the jump that cops in this game were an afterthought, and the racing was what came first in development, which is crazy considering Need for Speed is known for cops in the first place. But I hope you all enjoyed part 1 of this series. I only put 5 in this one due to how long the answers were, but following this, I should be able to fit more than 5 into a single vid. I will also be getting to every single answer, so if you're worried you won't be featured in a video, don't be. Also, once again, sorry about the delay in the videos for this topic, y'all. Just had a few things I had to do this week that cut into video making time. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.